So it should be a familiar sight by this point, but here I am walking down to the barn again. Let's go ahead and get in here. There's that lovely sound that we hear. So I've just had to make sure, as the weather's gotten a little bit colder, to keep Rusty's stall clean. Actually, here he comes. He wants to see what I'm doing. But moreover than that, the problem that we've been having is chipmunks keep getting into his water here. We've had about 5 or 6 or so drown. There are none in there today, which is a good thing. That's why I moved it. It used to be over there. Now I moved it here. I'm just trying to, because, having those chipmunks fall in there is not a good thing. The chipmunks get in there, they die, they go in there for a drink, and then they can't get out, and so they drown. And then it contaminates the water if they're left in there. So I have to make sure that I dump it, get the chipmunks out, dump the water, put fresh water in there so that Rusty is not drinking contaminated water. And there is our boy right there coming to say hi. You coming to say hi, bud? Yeah, good morning. Well, come on. Hello. How are you this morning? So here I am this morning, just a day away from Thanksgiving here, so taking a little break from the cabin build. Yesterday I was over on the coast. It was crazy in the morning, got pummeled by rain, lots of wind, was working over there, but that was good. It was good to get that out of the way. So now I'm just here at home getting myself organized for the big day because I am someone who likes to cook Thanksgiving. And this year I have some challenges with that, as I've had before. As you can imagine, living in a smaller space or smaller spaces, sometimes the appliances or things available to you are not as expansive. And by that I mean like a traditional oven, full-size fridge, that sort of thing. But I am pretty good so far. Open the Bible here and just see what God impresses upon me this morning, and have this moment of faith and thanksgiving by just opening the Word. We'll see what I open to, and then we'll just go ahead and read. And And Jesus went out as usual to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples followed him. On reaching the place, he said to them, "Pray that you will not fall into temptation." He withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them, knelt down, and prayed, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." An angel from heaven appeared to him and strengthened him. So I think that that's a great passage just for today. A prayer that we should be making. Help us not to fall into temptation. And then a further prayer, not our will, but your will be done, Father. And through that, he will provide us the strength that we need. The strength that I need as I continue forward on this cabin. And the strength it is taking, because it is a very daunting task. Here is my dilemma, or my challenge this year, I guess I would say. Let's say challenge. So I have here in my space, I have this right here, and this is pretty much my only cooking type device as far as an oven goes. I think with Thanksgiving and with holidays, sometimes we really forget what they're about, like where they started, why they started. And if you think about Thanksgiving and why we're having Thanksgiving, it's because of that voyage to America by the Pilgrims. You know, they wanted their religious freedom, and they wanted to escape kind of the tyranny or the persecution that they were facing in England. So they decided to cross into America. And I mean, I can't even imagine that journey, being stuck on a ship, a smelly ship for weeks on end, and then finally landing on land, and then just having hostility and harsh winters and trying to figure out that whole thing. And I don't think we oftentimes think about the difficulties of that, or difficulties of the past. That's why I'm trying to relive a little bit like what my ancestors had to go through, what Native Americans have done, the natives of the land. And I think by building this cabin, you know, I'm kind of doing that, working with my hands, having to toil. It really gives me a deeper perspective and appreciation of all of the things that I've been blessed with. I mean, I'm just grateful to have a refrigerator so I can go off to work, come back, and the food isn't spoiled. That's great, because otherwise, you know, there would be a longer process of what I would have to do to keep that food fresh so it wouldn't spoil, so I wouldn't starve. So I'm grateful for a refrigerator. All right, so here we are, Thanksgiving Day. Right here in this pot, I have the neck and the giblets, so that's going to give me the broth that I need for the stuffing. And then over here, I was actually able to fit the entire turkey in here. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and let that cook. It's a little bit of a mess here, but that's kind of the way it is, the chaos before everything comes together. And then in here, I've got the celery and carrots all cut up and ready to go for the stuffing. Okay, so being that it's Thanksgiving Day here, I basically just woke up, started cooking right away. That's usually what I do. The parade is over on TV now. I watch that or have it going in the background as I'm doing things in the kitchen. And right now I've got the saucepan over here with the broth, which I'm going to add to the stuffing, take the neck and the giblets out. But yeah, so when you wake up like that and you're able to just kind of go straight into the kitchen, I spent most of the morning, I finally put pants on, but pants are optional when you're cooking in the morning the Thanksgiving meal, I always say. So, but I finally put them on. I finally conceded to, I guess, be less than barbaric. But I know I'm probably going to end up going for a run today. If not today, I'll do that tomorrow, because after you eat all the food, you want a way of turning that into energy or something constructive. And so I like to go for a Turkey Day run. So here I am, Thanksgiving, taking a break from the cooking and to eat. And this right here is the heart. So this is the heart of the turkey. That was in there cooking as part of the it was part of the broth that I'm going to use later for the stuffing. But I always cook the heart, take the heart, and since I haven't eaten anything, I'm going to go ahead and eat this. Now, in Native American cultures, it's said that, you know, eating the heart of your prey or the kill will then enable you with the spirit. You're not only honoring the animal, but also you are, by eating this, but you are kind of retaining its spirit or giving homage to it. So that's going to be my breakfast today, is the heart of this turkey in thanks of giving me a meal. All right, so here we are into our continuing our Thanksgiving Day preparation. The stuffing is done, so that I have in containers in the fridge. Just been working on the gravy here. Just kind of thicken that up a little bit. I make my gravy from scratch using the broth of the turkey. I just like it better that way. And then I wasn't sure, like I said, I wasn't sure if this was going to work, if I was going to be able to fit the turkey in there. But so far it has worked. It's been cooking for a few hours now. And yeah, so it's got a little bit longer to go. But I'm going to do some dishes here, some cleanup. and then get to work on the potatoes and the peas. I have cleaned up the kitchen now. Potatoes are going, turkey's still cooking. It's going to take a while. But I try and keep things as clean as I can and organized just because it seems to make everything go so much faster and so much more flawlessly. So I kind of like things to be organized in the kitchen. That way I can move from one thing to the next. You know, wash a pot here that was used for the gravy, then use that for the potatoes. Use the crock pot for the stuffing, then use it for the peas. And so just in between, I try and make sure to keep everything as clean as I can. Okay, so I'm pleasantly surprised. The turkey is done, and it is the right temperature, so it actually cooked properly in its little oven there. So here, you kind of have it. As you can see, it's browned. I'm going to pull it out here. And it got a little crispy on the top there just because of the height. But, I mean, that's just skin. But I checked the internal temperature. The internal temperature is right. I pulled off the wing here and taste tested that, and that was done. So turkey is done, which is pretty cool if you think about it, doing it that way. Peas are in the crock pot here warming up. Those will be done in just a little bit. And then the potatoes are boiling over here, and those should be done. And there we have it. That is Thanksgiving right there. I've opted to save the Brussels sprouts and the green beans for this evening since they'll be easy. But I haven't eaten anything, so I'm going to go ahead and eat something here because I'm really hungry and it's pretty much lunchtime. So here I am on this Thanksgiving Day. Having finished all the cooking, I just got back from my run, and then I spent some time hanging out with Rusty down at the barn. But I'm going to eat a little bit more food because I made some room by going for a run. But what a blessed day it's been. The sun's just starting to set behind the mountain there, and it's been a gorgeous fall day, a very blessed day for this. I feel extremely grateful and thankful on this Thanksgiving Day.